Hey guys, here's a quick weekend video for you. I hope you're all enjoying the game right now. I know gameplay isn't really in a great state right now, but give it a little bit of time. I know most of the big issues will be addressed as they are, every year. So just take some fun, bombing deep zones for now and don't take it all too seriously. But anyway, for this video, I wanted to look into one of the new small mechanics that were added to the game that weren't really mentioned anywhere, but I think are very interesting. And that's with this new option route that you'll see in this RPO Zone Peek. So this is in bunch halfback strong in the Jags playbook, but you also have this play in Bengals and Panthers. And you also have this route in one of the new RPOs in the Chiefs playbook as well. So you see the little option route on the left right there on the solo side wide receiver. He has an option to essentially run a little quick speed out, or he'll do a kind of a fade option. And you have kind of options, legacy options like this, where it's like a little hitch or a fade. But like all legacy option routes in this game, they're kind of determined on how many deep zones there are on the defense and if that player is in man coverage. So in most cases, that didn't really make sense, for the player to run his route based on the global defensive call. And then in a lot of cases, it was just wrong. So option routes, nobody uses them because they're not really in a good spot. But I think this one is really good. And I think it's a hint at what could come in the future with more smart option routes. So this is really nice. I just wish it was kind of in more playbooks, more plays, and then more versions of this. But we can only be patient, take our little small chunks, small wins as we can, and then move on with that. But this one, not only is it unique and like a little glimpse of what can happen in future Madden, but it's also really good in my opinion. And I think this formation, I don't know too much about gun bunch. I don't run a lot of gun bunch, but I think it's good. Like, I don't know why not many people run bunch halfback strong. Maybe the route combos aren't that great, but what's great about it is because you have 4 strong, you don't have to worry about coming up against quarters. Because still in this game, if it's a 1x4 formation, quarters will just change at the spot drop cover 4, which really isn't a great defense for anything. So there's that, but that's kind of an aside. For now, we're gonna kind of do a quick deep dive into this RPO Zone Peek. So we'll go ahead and pick that against cover 3 sky for now. So really quick, the rules are really simple. If the corner on that receiver is playing off, he'll run that little quick out. If he's pressing on him, he'll run the fade. Simple. It's always like that. I haven't seen any situations where it's kind of bugged out and it's reversed or anything like that. So it's really simple. If he's pressed, fade. If he's off, quick out. And maybe that doesn't sound too interesting because you could see that pre-snap and you can make your hot route and make it a fade or a little quick out. But as you know, RPOs in this game, you can't do hot routes. So that's great that you can have a smart receiver do the right call for the right thing. But then again, what I was talking about before, it's, I think, just a little preview of the good things that can be happening. Anyway, so here what I'll do is I'll set the bunch to the boundary right here just to give me a little bit more space in the out route. So this is just against a stock cover 3 sky where the weak safety is the flat defender. But because he's a run fit defender, and then also because he's quite far out of position right here, he's going to be a little bit too far inside, and then that corner is bailing to his deep third. So once you do this, you can just throw that out there and get free easy 10 yards or try to make that guy miss. Now here's where things get cool. So if they press right here, and by the way, this is Jair Alexander, pretty quick, pretty good. For whatever reason, there are ways against just a press cover 3 that fade route can actually work out. So we'll see right here. So right here, you get your step on it, lob it over the top, try to make that guy miss the tackle, but still a pretty big chunk of yards. So I think that's really nice. If he's pressed, throw it over the top. If not, quick throw underneath, rack catch that. It's kind of hard to get a miss at that angle, but 10 yards is 10 yards. Then moving on. So let's go cover 2. So cover 2 is not necessarily pressed, but I guess 5 yards makes that threshold. I mean, at 5 yards, stock cover 2, he will jam that receiver. So it kind of is. So he will convert to a fade. And in this case, because deep halves are so bad anyway, you'll see right here, we just throw the fade over the top, rack catch that, and we're in for a score. And I think even if they fix deep halves, I think that will still be a good option against cover 2. And just as a little aside here, not really related to this play, if we're in a set like this, so it's 4x1, 4 receivers to one side, and we're coming up against cover 2, If you remember in old Maddens, that solo receiver would be manned up by that weak side corner there. They took that out of the game last year or maybe the year before, but they didn't add in the chuck that delays that release and then chucks him inside to the safety. So because of that, you can just blow right past that guy with just a simple fade route. Now, this isn't a great formation to show this because you're so compressed anyway, and you're kind of running right at the safety. But you see, you can just blow right past him. And then in this case, you're just too far inside to really get past that safety. But if it's more of a spread look, it's an easy one-play score. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. So let's go back to Tampa 2 right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this corner off. And so let's pretend this is, like a base align cover 2 or a cover 2 show 4 type of thing, or just any situation where this corner is in a cloud flat and he's off like this. And even though he's in a cloud flat, again, this option is based off of the alignment of the defender on him. So he now converts to an out route. It's a little bit tighter to throw, but you see he smartly doesn't convert to the fade there. So that is really, really nice. Now, in that case, actually, because the corner is coming down, the fade actually would have been nice. We probably could have completed that. But just for a matter of consistency and for you to be comfortable knowing what he's going to do, I think that's the best possible option there. Now, let's go to man coverage right here. So I'm going to go cover 0. So we'll start off with off man coverage. So again, doesn't matter what his assignment is, it's really just his technique. So in this case, he's off. We'll go ahead, even though Jair is a great corner, we're able to complete that for an easy gain. And then if they press, so let's go cover 2 man right here, you do have a possibility, depending on the matchup right here, of winning this press. And so let's just take a little peek. He's not going to win, so maybe we can just scramble it. But let's just run this a few times. If you get good at this, you can kind of tell within a split second if your guy's going to win. So let's see right here. Yeah, so right here, he's going to win. I can just go ahead and throw that over the top, rack catch that, and walk into the end zone. But that's what's good about having this in an RPO, is that if there's ever anything that's kind of fishy to you, you can keep the ball at the quarterback, and you can, like I showed you in the previous play, you can still scramble with it. Or say if they're doing something like they're pass committing and they're dropping guys wide to cover those things, then you can always hand it off to the running back. And I think this is actually a really good running play. I think in general, like when you have trip sets and your back is set to the strength, I think these weak side runs can be really, really good. And then in particular, because this is such a good RPO, and we'll get into this right side afterwards as well, in order to really stop it, you kind of have to get into a pass commit sort of deal. And then with that, you have your zones dropping into their spots, and then you'll just have all sorts of room to run the ball. But, that's just a simple outside zone. We don't really have too much more to talk about that. Before we wrap up, I just want to talk about this strong side right here. If they're not doing man coverage or pass committing, so if they're just doing a regular zone coverage, this flat route is just awesome, right? Because everybody just gets sucked in towards the run, and then you can throw a quick little flat route to the outside. Or if they're doing, let's say, cover 2, where the corner is in the flat right here, the corner is a run first player, like he's in the primary run fit, so he will also react. And so you can just go ahead and throw that around him. And then you also have the glance right here, which I don't think is a great option. Like, I think it's pretty good if they go, say, hard flats. Hard flats will do a little bit better job against the flat. And then if he kind of shoots out there, you could throw this glance right here. But yeah, I don't know if that's because, it's not the easiest throw, and then as you saw right there, even if you get it, it's only kind of 5 yards or so. So it's not something that you can really run too much. I think eventually, people will catch on and have the right setup, but I do still think it's one of the best RPOs in the game, just because you have many options, and I think it's set up in a good way that you have the option here, you have the option here, and then the run plus the quarterback scramble off of that. I really, really like it. Not to mention that I like the direction of where option routes are going in this game. I've been hoping for this for a while. It's maybe a little bit too little. I'd like to see more, but what can you do? Anyway, so that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Have you run it? Am I missing something? Leave that in the comments. Otherwise, make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because as with any new Madden, we're going to be going over more videos than usual. Not to mention, and I'm a little bit late on it, the membership videos as well, where we'll be going into much deeper dives, like 30-minute videos and so on. And then hopefully soon I'll be doing an ebook either on the run and shoot, which I really like, or the Jags playbook, which has this particular play in it. I just need to decide which one I want to do. At the moment, I think they're both great, and it's kind of difficult, but maybe I'll do both eventually. I will be doing multiple ebooks this year, both on the offense and then at least one defensive ebook as well. So definitely check that out. If you're on iOS, it's not going to show up, so go on your browser, click the join button underneath this video or on my channel page. I think it's going to be worth it for you in the long run and even short run, because there's going to be a lot of good stuff. Anyway, that's it for this gun. Enjoy the rest of your EA play, and we'll see you guys in the next one.